Well, hi everybody. I'm Beth, the co-op consultant for business, and this is Debora De Silva. And Debora's going to just tell you a little bit of her story. As you can see, she's much taller than me, but I'm short. We're standing. I just noticed that. That's funny. So, Debora, tell us what program you're in and what year you're in, and where you did your first co-op, and now where you're on co-op.
All right, so as Beth said, my name is Debora. I'm originally from Brazil. I completed the business program and I'm on the last co-op of the program, so I'll be done in December. The first co-op I did was here at the college, Georgian College, and I worked with the domestic recruitment team, and right now I'm working with sexual violence and consent peer education.
So Debora, a lot of students would love to work at Georgian College as a co-op. So how did you succeed in getting a job here?
That was my dream as well. I really wanted to work here at the college. I think I focused a lot, like when organizing my resume, when working, because as Beth know, I had a background experience, so I was really afraid of not being able to get a job because of my experience, because it was like 10 years plus experience, so that was a lot. And we usually we are usually applying for entry-level positions, so that was a challenge. So I was really scared because of that, but as I've mentioned with Beth before, I really focused and I had her support when developing my resumes. She really helped me, and I think I would say just do your homework, so do your research and do your resume, work on that and be really specific and make sure to tailor to each position you're applying. And in my case, because I really wanted Georgian College, so my main focus was always applying to Georgian College positions that were available at the time for my co-op.
Awesome. And this isn't supposed to be promotion for me. Debora already had a very strong grasp of English and was already writing very, very high level, and she had a very strong resume coming out of her co-op prep class. So definitely putting the time in, and this is a plug for taking the time in your co-op prep class to do a good job on that resume. If you're just quickly trying to finish the assignment, that's the kind of resume you're going to start with. And Debora did put the time in. And so next question. So Debora, as a person who already had some background and some experiences you've already mentioned, did you find it really hard when you started your first co-op moving into an entry-level job when you had already achieved quite a level in your career before?
Okay, so I didn't find it really hard. I did have, like Beth said, I did have some experience. So I think that also helped me with social skills, and just work-wise, right? Work in general. But I did have to learn new things related to the Canadian culture, related to the job itself. So it was, I can't say, it was challenging, but I do like it when it's challenging because it means you're learning, you're getting out of your comfort zone, right? But it wasn't something that it was causing me any kind of stress or anything. So it was just beautiful. Yeah.
Awesome. And are there any things that you feel like helped you from your first co-op and being successful in finding your second co-op? So you stayed at Georgian, so I'd like to hear why that is, and also what you think helped you propel into that next job.
Okay, so I wanted to stay at Georgian because my experience from back home is connected with education, and I just love this environment. And again, I think I was very focused on what I wanted. I was very specific. I remember I was getting close to the deadline, and then I got an email from Beth Debora, where is your co-op? And I was I'm really focused on the positions I want. But again, I really worked hard on my interview. When I got the interview in the position as I am now, I had to prepare a presentation, so I really dedicated a lot of time for that presentation so that I could have higher chances of being selected. So again, I just doing your homework, just work on your resume and do your best. Just do your best.
So the job that you have now, you had to give a presentation in an interview. Mm-hmm. So can you describe what a panel interview feels like, just briefly, for people that have not experienced that before?
Okay, so for both positions here at Georgian was a panel interview. They were the first kind in my life, so I have never had this before. On the first one, I was a little bit more nervous, I would say, for the first co-op position, but I was able to, during the interview, still keep calm and talk to people like as more natural as I could. And for the second one, I was a little bit more prepared because I knew it would be a panel interview, so I was like, okay, there will be more people there. And plus the presentation, right? So I think maybe because of my background, my experience with education and all that, I was kind of okay with the presentation. But I would say it was easier the second time.
And for some people that aren't expecting a panel interview to mean that there's multiple people interviewing you, and they each are going to ask you questions, and how do I look at everybody? Do you have any strategies that helped you because your experience with presentations?
Again, I just tried to be as more natural as I could. So like if I'm talking because we have more than one person during the interview, like even though we are doing it virtually, try to look at all of them, try to talk to all of them and not just one person, or just looking at your paper, make sure you look at the camera. And again, I think being natural and, try to do your own thing, not like based on a piece of paper or notes. You can have those for sure, but do not stick to just that, right? Like look at your interviewers and be yourself and as natural as possible that you can be.
Awesome. And so just to finish, do you have any advice for students that are watching right now and that are really nervous about their job search and worried that they won't find a job?
Yes, I do. So I think, first of all, like I know Georgian has a lot of resources available for co-op students, not only like positions, but resources like that are videos available on how to, how to prepare for interviews. We have our advisors. Make use of them, please make use of them. So again, I think it's all connected to do your part, like, do the job search, use the resources, and just dedicate time. It is a process. It's not something that will come your way, so you have to go after it. But I'm sure that if you do that, you will find a place that you will fit in.
Great.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Debora. I'm sad your co-ops are ending. I've enjoyed working with you. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye.